Needless to say, we think that Manny thoroughly enjoyed himself riding my built motor Busa now, as you see over there. He's riding my 2022 RSV4 Factory Ultra Dark for the first time since he installed the beautiful BST StarTech wheels, the high pure calipers and everything else on the bike. So he's going to give his review of that. I'm going to jump on the Busa and maybe take advantage of this beautiful roadway out here. Route 27 in southern Florida typically doesn't have a lot of traffic, so it'll be cool to see if I can put this bike up to speed, so to speak. Two vloggers working at the same time, trying to stay out of each other's footage. That is the name of the game. And this beautiful Busa, wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful machine. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. So I got a little bit of wheel spin just now, but not bad. That's why I like doing my test hits, just so I can see what the bike will do. But it's very awesome to be able to ride this bike right now, middle of November, back home in filthy Cleveland. It's 30 degrees. Right here, it's 83 degrees. That's awesome. Just look at that beautiful bike. It looks absolutely beautiful with the sun hitting it in all the right places. Wow, that is an absolutely gorgeous machine. All of those parts work very well together, and we still kept the ultra dark theme with gold placed throughout the machine. Such a beautiful bike. Rides great. Super thanks and shout out to Manny from Motomillion for having the vision to make that bike as beautiful as you now see it. Right here. As beautiful as that bike is, that still didn't stop me from smacking it around. These filthy streets. You know, I guess there's no sense in complaining about the crazy Miami traffic and everything when the offset of the traffic is beautiful, beautiful weather that these guys have. Well, Manny from Motomillion got to ride the built motor 1600cc Carpenter Racing Busa today. We're going to hear what he has to think about it. I'm riding it now, and after jumping off the RSV4 Factory Ultra Darky, man, I am so comfortable on these bigger bikes. Any of you viewers out there that are taller than 6'2", weigh more than 225 pounds, this is the bike for you. You guys are going to love it. Even Manny loves it, although he doesn't have as long arms. And he said his only gripe was something about the arm, his arms reaching the handlebars. You can see he likes to rock and roll on that beautiful Aprilia. I think Manny needs to to live in a cow town such as filthy Cleveland, where there's absolutely no traffic. And I bet you he'd enjoy it a lot more. Once again, guys, I'm hungry, ready to get some food. The food here is amazing also. I knew he was going to do that. Yeah, and I knew some traffic was going to do what it was about to do. Trying to pull out in front of us. Never fails out here. I believe we're in the design district. It's so weird seeing cops with tinted windows, jet black tinted windows on their vehicles, on their cruisers. Also pretty cool to see all of the luxury shopping centers and luxury retail stores out here. This place has two Louis Vuitton stores, guys, because one was not enough and they segregated. One is for men and one is for women. Ah, Gucci. I need to go in there and purchase another Gucci belt to spank people's backsides, because the one that I have is a bit worn out from all the spankings I've administered over the year. We spent all day riding this bike. I rode the RSV4 Factory along with you. I had to force you to ride this bike initially. And just so you guys know watching this video, when this bike was stock in 2022, I brought it down here to Motomillion and I wanted Manny to ride it. I was so happy. I was like a kid or something for his 3rd birthday. I brought the bike all the way down here. Manny didn't even ride the Busa. He just said, I'm not interested in riding it when it was stock. So this time I brought it back again. I think that you felt sorry for me for bringing it around twice and you decided to ride it. What are your thoughts now?
I've said it, I think, before. I do not like lowered and stretched bikes.
Yes.
So there was a little bit of hesitation before we went for the ride. I think took one corner over here just to realize how actually fun it is.
Yes.
Number one thing, just the response to the throttle at any range of the RPM. It's amazing. The stretched portion of it doesn't take away anything from the bike. It actually adds to the bike, because with this kind of power, 252 at the rear wheel, I think, right?
Yep, 252.
That's the correct number.
Yes, it is.
You need to have something that the bike doesn't feel like it's going to be unusable, right? So when that much power is usable, and how linear the power band is. I mean, I think I only went full throttle on it in 2nd gear once or twice until I got used to it. And I'm not a person who says that I need more power. So it being linear, it makes it friendly. So you use as much as you want. So it just doesn't snap on you at a certain point of the RPM. I think that's the highlight of it for me, was how cool the usable power is, because when you've ridden everything, you notice these little things. And I think that's actually not a little thing. This is a big thing of the bike. The dashes being reminiscent of the old Hayabusa dashes for me. It's because the Hayabusa is a childhood hero, as I mentioned it. And it was the first bike to crack the 300 kilometers an hour barrier in 1999. As for a stock bike, was a big deal. And I'm happy I did also the looks. So let's talk about looks.
Absolutely.
So everybody wants their stuff to look good. It doesn't get better than this.
Wow.
It's all, of course, it's all carbon. Right? And it has the Hayabusa logo here, which the Hayabusa had that logo on it when it came out. I think it's just, I don't know, it's a fantastic bike.
Wow.
The only downside I think that it has is the front suspension, but it's a very, very little downside. You could live with it. You know, I love my Panigale V4s. I gotta live with a lot more things with the Panigale V4 when you have it. And even though I still say the Panigale V4 is the king of super bikes, I don't care what anybody says, but I think this is probably one of the nicest street bikes I've ridden by far.
Well, you know why we have to have the front suspension like that? We have to lower the forks so that we try to prevent wheeling on this machine. And we even have lowering straps attached to the bike over here. And I don't keep them ever, fully strapped. I just keep a little tension on them. And what that does, guys, is that helps reduce the wheelie. And when you make as Manny said, 252 horsepower. You need that reduction if you can get it. And yeah, so that's why we have that.
It's nothing huge, it's a small compromise. But also the brakes, so when you have that much power, you want something that actually will slow you down and confidently slow you down.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that you kept both your calipers, both your rotors, and your rear caliper and rotor as well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with people who take it off for a max effort bike that they race. It's their own thing. But for me, I think it added to the experience of it. It's great. The quick shifter works amazingly.
Yes.
It's not the best quick shifter, but it's good enough.
What about the pow sound that it makes when you hit the quick
Yeah,
shifter?
that's amazing. Also the sound of the bike. So this bike is not extremely loud. So I think that makes it cooler because it's, I don't know, if it's like this and it's obnoxiously loud, I think maybe that will overpower your senses.
Yes.
Right, because the sound is a big element of the bikes that we ride. That's why we change the exhaust systems.
Yeah.
But I think it helped me concentrate on trying to see what I'm doing with the motorcycle and to also get used to it. And it's not intimidating at all, actually, when you ride it. So your H2 was, I think, I'll call it stupid, if I may.
Yes, you can.
It's whatever it is, it's fast, it's crazy.
Any bike that tries to kill you like the H2 does, we can call it stupid.
But also the H2 doesn't feel as well put together as this, and I don't mean by the engine builder or things like that. Because I've ridden your stock H2, the build series bike, it just seems like it's about to explode on you and things are not, it's not refined.
Right.
So this bike is refined. It makes, also when you do all this stuff to it, right?
Yes.
So for a bike to have all this stuff done to it and feel this solid as it does, I think, you know, I guess I have to say that you have a very awesome bike. I have to say high praises for Steve who put this together for you, right?
Absolutely.
The engine builders who've built the engine, I think it's a great package, you know, for
Carpenter Racing.
Yes, for Carpenter Racing, for you to make something like this that makes all the power that it does everywhere, that requires some know-how, and the way that Steve put the bike together, I think it looks really cool, and you know, I think he deserves a mention on this as well.
Absolutely.
And,
he will be very upset with me if I did not mention it, but yeah, that's great.
So I don't know. We've had this conversation. We've been here for 3 days.
Yes.
I've said it that I wouldn't mind having one of these at all.
Yes.
And we've talked about maybe finding a way to get one of these for Motomillion. Maybe we do a build, which is completely out of the realm of what Motomillion does. But if people didn't know, Motomillion does what I want Motomillion to do. I'm in love with super bikes and the genre of bikes that we deal with. And I think I could fairly say that I'm in love with this platform. Yeah. Because if this is what happens to it, when you modify it, I have still yet to ride a stock one, which I think I'll try to take the chance to do it. But if it turns into this is fantastic, you know.
Wow, well said, Manny.
And you don't have to go on. So knowing what it did when we went to Cafe 27 or Highway 27 is enough. But also for me to do what I do with motorcycles, because I don't go and race around, just how nice it is just to ride around and get to somewhere you want to go, to a bike meet, to see your friends, or just take that chance to go for an early morning sunset or sunrise ride here in Miami, where you can just go pick up a coffee. This is cool, you know?
Wow.
Because you also arrive and who has something like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, forget about motorcyclists and anyone, but anybody who sees this bike has a presence.
Yes.
And it's like just the looks of it, the shape of it, I think it's...
Yeah, we were riding around today on the MXR and the MRR. We ran into one of our followers and he said, I'd love to see this Busa in person. Yeah. It's one of the first things he said.
Yeah, so I think hats off to you. Beautiful machine. I'm jealous of it. We'll hopefully build me one soon.
I know you will. When you say you're going to do something, Manny, you do it. So guys, keep watching. Head on over to the Motomillion YouTube channel because Manny has an awesome video and review of this bike. He says different things in his video, and you can see him actually riding the bike and mentioning stuff about it as he's moto vlogging on his channel. So thanks, Manny, for all your help, man.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me ride this baby. So
you're welcome, man. Thank you guys for viewing. Catch more of this beautiful Busa on the channel. It's not going anywhere, and we might even continue to improve upon it. Steve, 5 Up Motorcycles, that did all the work on the bike, he wants me to do more stuff to it that's not going to take away from the rideability and everything else. So I am strongly considering that. Thanks so much for viewing, guys. We'll catch you next time on the 650 EB YouTube channel, reporting live from Miami, Florida.